Greetings, true believers. Gel Pal Spider-Man. Good morning, Cadre. It's KJ. Happy 100th. This is my 100th episode. So I've been thinking about what I'm going to be doing. First of all, shout out to Dave and the entire Stretcher clan. Thanks for watching my videos. I think that there's an old saying that goes, the family that watches shaving videos together stays together, or something like that. Dave said that one of his kids commented about my Spider-Man shirt yesterday, so I wore another one just for you guys. Of course, I wore it for me too, because that's what I do. I got lots of Spider-Man shirts. Anyways, daylight savings time, so if you didn't set your clocks back this morning, or if your clocks didn't automatically do it for you like half of mine do, you're living in the future. So I guess I'm living in the past. Anyways, for my 100th episode, 100th video that I've done for the Shaving Cadre, what I decided to do was discuss my favorite things. So I'll narrow it down to top 3 or 4 of my favorite items of each category for the shave, and then I'll pick one to actually use. So where to start? For the soaps. For the longest time, my favorite was Mystic Water. When Mystic Water came out, it was just absolutely one of the best soaps that I'd ever used, the best artisan that had come around for a long time. And the Lily of the Valley scent is what really does it for me. I like a lot of her scents. She does a really good job scenting the soaps, but there's something about the Lily of the Valley scent that I really loved. I'm not a huge floral guy, but the floral scent that the Lily of the Valley has isn't too floral. Also, let me see. We'll go with this one. Jeeves of Hudson Street. Amazing soap, made from a sort of a local artisan in Missouri. And I've met Brian a couple times. He's a pretty good guy. And his soaps are really good. I think one of the keys in his lather is he uses babasu oil, which is a really good oil. And the feel of the lather on your face, you notice a difference right away just from feeling it. But this is Conservatory, which is my favorite scent by him, and definitely in the top. I'm basing these on performance, but also scents. So these are obviously, these 4 like in my top 5 scents for sure. Conservatory, which is now called Mountain Rain. So if you look at it on his site, it's called Mountain Rain. It just, like, I'm a nature guy. I like nature scents, earthy scents, earth tones, that sort of thing. And this is like perfectly in my wheelhouse, which is like waking up from camping and like that first time you open up your tent and you smell the fresh outside air. That's kind of what this is to me. St. Charles Shave, Fairway. This one from another artisan in Missouri, but one of the oldest artisans that we have in the shaving community, St. Charles Shave. And the Fairway, again, is just a very green, grassy, natural kind of scent. I think the fragrance actually comes from carrot tops, or the oils of the carrot tops. So it's just that crisp green scent, and it's just amazing. And this was my top scent of all time for a very long time. Until Chris came along. CBL soaps. Roasted Oatmeal Stout. This one is just, they're all, to me, intoxicating. But this one is very, very intoxicating. Just a very delicious, delicious scent. Like a oatmeal cookie right after it goes in the oven. Yummy. So I think this is the one that I'm going to be using today. As of right now, it is my favorite scent and my favorite soap maker. And I'll say that across the board here, if I pick something, I might pick something different 2 weeks from now. This is just what I'm feeling right now. And as I'm going through looking at stuff, I might forget something that's in my den and go, oh, I can't believe I didn't include that one. But just, this is a snapshot in today, and we'll see what I like. So for brushes, probably my favorite brushes right now are my Eric Sorrentino TSC member brush. This is the Count Luca Brazzi. Luca Brazzi is the official name of the brush. I just call it Count because of the coloring. He used African blackwood, which does have some grain to it. It's really hard to see unless the light is really strong on it. But it just looks black. But there is some browns in there, some swirls. And then with the blood knot, just kind of reminds me of a Dracula knot, so I call it the Count Luca Brazzi. And then my new Paladin. My favorite brush handle, as I've described so many times, is the Buck Rogers. And I was able to get a Buck Rogers in ebonite, in the deep sea ebonite, which is a color and handle type that I've been lusting after for a very long time. And so I was actually able to get my favorite Paladin brush handle and my favorite Paladin brush handle type, material I should say, came together. So for me, I love these both, but for me I have to go with this one just because it's just the perfect blend of two things that I've been after for a very long time. Razor. So I've got 3 favorite razors. Fat Boy has been a favorite for a very, very long time. Ever since the first time I shaved with this has been almost a perfect razor for me. I just love the feel of it. I love the heft of it. It's really heavy, really easy to shave with. It's adjustable, but I find that just setting it on a 5 is about perfect for me, so I rarely take it off a 5. So that one has been my favorite for a very long time. I did a shave video with this one, my ABC old type, Gillette old type with the ABC floral type handle. This one just gives me incredible shaves. Picked this up at an antique store with the case, and I've just loved it. It's I don't pull it out very often because it's old and it's silver plated, and I don't really want to mess it up too much. But I get great shaves with this every time. But for me, I think my favorite razor of all time is my Weck Med Prep. Just something about the wide head on this. Again, I've done this several times, but you can see how much wider it is than a DE. And even your feather AC types, like the Mongoose, it's even wider than those. So you get a huge swath, whatever, pass. Your pass is really wide, so it's a really efficient razor, and I'm just loving this. It takes the hair shaper blades, which is the same thing that you'll find in a that goes in a Weck Sexta blade, same company. So if you're looking for a shavette, the Weck Sexta blade is a really good one to use. It takes the same blades, and I love the feel of this. It's got a really smooth front and back, but then it has grips on the side, which is exactly where I always hold my razors anyways. And then this just kind of sits in my palm and my fingers wrap around it. It feels great in my hand, and I love using this razor. So this one is my favorite razor. And I think if you ask me anytime what my favorite razor is, I'm always going to come up with this one. Aftershaves. I've got several. Aftershaves are my favorite thing in all of wet shaving. So I had a really hard time narrowing this down. First of all, the Booster Mosswood. Again, I'm all about natural scents, and the moss scent of this is really, really good. Boucher's not super strong, so the scents don't necessarily last a very long time. But when you're applying it, this smells amazing. Skin Bracer. I love Skin Bracer. It's the best of the cheap drugstore aftershaves, and I've got tons of Skin Bracer around here. I've got lots of old Skin Bracer bottles. This is a glass bottle here that I use. Just love it. It's kind of got a vanilla note to it. It's kind of a type of fougere, I guess. I don't really know what all's in it, but it just smells great. Captain's Choice North. This one is phenomenal. Just that juniper smell. I'm a big fan of gin and tonics, and the juniper that's coming off of this is really strong and really good. So this one is my favorite of all my aftershaves as of right now. Honorable mentions go to Brut. Again, I've got glass bottles that I refill. Brut is just a really good fougere. Josh Dagwood Zeese just sent me Holy Caw La Fougere Parfaite. But this is a dead ringer for Brut. It's a perfect fougere scent, and it smells exactly like Brut. So I'm really looking forward to using this and pairing it with the Brut. And my Brut my Brut deodorant, that's what I use every day. So I could do a total Brut shave. Another honorable mention goes to Master Jade. This has a really good pine note to it. And again, just everything here is just kind of naturey in general. So I love all those, but I have to say that the Captain's Choice North is my favorite. And then one final thing is colognes. So I have a few favorites. I'm not a big cologne guy, so I don't use that many. The first one I do enjoy using sometimes is 4711. It doesn't last a super long time, so it's hard for me to even describe it as a cologne because it just doesn't last a whole lot, but I do enjoy the scent of it and the smell. But my top two, and this is like in my lifelong search, or at least in the last 10 years that I've been wet shaving, trying to find a signature scent. These two are neck and neck for which one would be my signature scent. Agua Brava and Pré de Provence number 63. Both of these just knock it out of the park for me. The Pré de Provence is a very woody, warm scent. The Agua Brava is a herbally kind of brighter scent. And I just love both of them. And so I've got Agua Brava in the aftershave, and so I didn't include it in the aftershave category just because I had so much, because I was already going to talk about it here, but I love the aftershave as well. And the Pré de Provence, again, same thing. They have a soap, which I love the shaving soap, but I didn't include it because I was talking about it here. Really hard for me to pick which one of these is my absolute favorite, but I think I'd have to do a slight edge to the number 63. Again, there's lots of colognes out there, but I'm just not a big huge cologne guy, but this stuff really does it for me. So without further ado, let's get to this shave. So again, I'm taking a somewhat of a shave hiatus for No Shave November. But I can't not shave my neck because it'll drive me crazy. when the hairs start coming in on my neck, it gets really itchy and I can't stand it. So all I'm doing is a little cleanup, but apparently Dave said there was some confusion at his house about why I was lathering my whole face if I was only shaving my neck. Well, first reason is I'm face lathering. So I need to build the lather on my face. I'm not bowl lathering, so I'm not building the lather in a bowl where then I could just apply it to my face. I'm actually building the lather on my face. So all I did was load the brush, and now I'm incorporating the water, and I'm using my face for the friction and whatever that a bowl would provide to incorporate the water into the lather. So for that reason, it'd be very difficult to just do that down here. So it's easiest done on your cheeks. So for that reason, I need to use my whole face for this, because that's how I'm used to incorporating all of the lather and all the water into the lather to build it and get it just right. Second reason is a lot of these soaps that I'm using have really good properties for moisturizing, and we talk about post-shave feel. So if you've got a soap that has good post-shave feel, well, that's from the oils and the butters and the fats absorbing into your skin as you shave. So since that stuff is good for my skin anyways, then even though I'm not shaving, I still want that goodness to get into my skin, moisturize my face. So even though I'm not shaving the majority of my face, I need to hit this with some water. I still want the benefits of the soap. So that's the second reason that I want the soap on my face even though I'm not shaving. So it's to be determined how long I carry this out. I will most likely not shave all of this all month. I may, depending on how it's coming in, I may start trimming some of this just to make the line nicer before the end of the month. And then after that, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I might keep a goatee, I might go to a Van Dyke or just something different, but once November's over, I'll be at least shaving the majority of my face, my cheeks and whatnot. Or I may decide to just do a mustache, or I may say heck with it and get rid of all of it. Kind of an experiment. Sometimes I'll do that. In fact, I'm just gonna get crazy with Cheese Whiz. So I'm going to lather up the back of my neck and just trim up the neck. And just do this all by feel. something I got used to doing. I cut my own hair, and so I'm always working either with a smaller mirror or just reaching behind me and doing everything by feel for the back of my head, back of my neck. The last time I cut my hair, I actually didn't trim up the bottom part of my neck, or the top of my neck, the bottom of my head, so needed to do that anyways. Plenty of residual slickness here, so we're just gonna do a little bit of a touch up. When I was using the Wild West Shaving Company and I left it on my face, almost felt like I was starting to get a little bit of a burning from it sitting on my face so long. I don't get any of that with the CBO. Still just feels really soft. So I'm gonna rinse this off. And I know this video is going a little long, but it's my 100th episode, so I don't mind taking you guys for a little bit of a longer ride today. Channeling my inner Gear Noir Chris, who likes doing 30-minute videos. But as most of us have said, we don't mind because we just like watching them. It doesn't matter if they're long or short, we're still gonna watch. All right, so Captain's Choice, North. Really good juniper. It's got a spicy note to it that you kind of get as it starts to evaporate out. And I think I made a good choice with the number 63 cologne, because I think the Agua Brava might have clashed a little bit with the Captain's Choice, but I think this number 63, being that it's warm, is gonna pair pretty well with it. So there we go. That is a few of my favorite things. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been a pleasure making them for you guys. Thanks to everybody that watches. Thanks to everybody on the Shaving Cadre that makes videos. I enjoy watching them. I learn a lot by watching them. I hope you guys learn something by watching mine, or at least is a little bit of enjoyment. Again, I'm Spider, and we'll see you guys on the Shaving Cadre forum. Later.